Jimmy Dean there's just been a recording released by Jimmy Dean called IOU that we played a couple times, well, more than a couple times. We played it every day, has to do with, well, anyway. And the first day, I don't remember any time a reaction quite like this. There were 900 calls. First day at the switchboard, 900 calls about this record, that kind of response. And I think that's amazing because Jimmy Dean at the time was in Dallas, and for one man to call 900 times, long distance here to the studios, long distance is a record, and it's a...
It really is.
Hello there.
Hello, sir.
I've got James on the phone. Hey, you hit at just the right time, right before Mother's Day. But I have to ask you something about that recording called IOU. Serious now, serious for a minute, before you start talking about sausage and jumping up and down.
I ain't talking about sausage.
I get a feeling toward the end of that record that you almost didn't make it.
I didn't. I didn't make it, and I'll tell you something. They cut out a lot of gulps and coughing and spitting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't make it. No.
No, I could hear it in your voice. I could just hear it building up. And I told Clarence about the fourth time we played, I said, every time we play it, I don't think he's going to get through it this time.
Said John Wayne's going to fall off his horse again.
That's it. Who wrote IOU? I didn't even look at the record.
Huh?
Who wrote IOU?
It's kind of an interesting story. A guy that used to write on my show, Larry Marks and I wrote it.
Yeah.
And do you remember a thing I did called, well, sure, you mentioned it yesterday, To a Sleeping Beauty?
Well, you're not going to, go ahead, that's part of the story,
Well,
but go.
no, but I want to tell you how smart some people really are.
Yeah.
Because we did Sleeping Beauty on the show, and the mail response was really good, you know?
Yeah.
And so Mitch Miller was A&R at Columbia at the time, and I took it to him, and he said it's too corny, too schmaltzy, and too sweet, and so I put that away, and then Mother's Day came up, and Larry and I sat down and started doing this thing, you know, just talking, and one thing came up and said, well, there's one thing about it, we all owe our moms a lot, and so that's the way we did that, and the same response, you know, and I took it to Mitch and got the same response from him. It's too corny, too sweet, too schmaltzy, you know, and so I went to Nashville, and I recorded Sleeping Beauty, and it was a pretty big record. And I just put this Mother's Day thing aside and forgot about it, you know? And so I'm going down to record, and Willie, you know my secretary,
Sure.
she stumbled across that piece of material and said, well, you know, it's just before Mother's Day, and you always like this thing, so why don't you see what the record people think about it? And they didn't think it was corny or schmaltzy or anything, and so we did it, and it's just unbelievable.
Well,
Really?
the funny thing is that as soon as we heard it here, Clarence and I heard it together, he said, we've got to call Jimmy and tell him, I know he's got to do an album, put it in the album, and he's got to put To a Sleeping Princess in the album, because every time we play that, we literally get hundreds of calls on it. All we can tell him is it is not available.
Yeah, well, we just stuck it in there. So it's in the album, and I was delighted with your reaction yesterday when you said, have you cut the album? I said, yeah, and you said, oh, no. No. And then you said about Sleeping Beauty, and I said it was in there, and it's kind of a coincidence. I sent you a copy of the album, by the way, an acetate thing of it, just because you were kind enough to mention that, you rat, thank you.
I don't have to pay for it, you mean? It's a free copy?
And
First
no,
time
I want to send a pound of sausage with it.
Pound of sausage?
Yeah.
I have a couple of sausage sponsors. I don't want to talk about it.
Oh, you do? Okay.
I don't want you to mention it.
I ain't going to say anything.
Hillshire Farms people are going to smack you, and Rudy Farms are going to be waiting for you when you get off the bus.
They ain't got a chance.
You got a
They ain't got a chance. Listen.
Where are you, in New York? Is
Yeah.
that what this is? Yeah.
I'm sitting in the office, and,
You have an office in New York?
yeah,
What for?
I don't know.
I mean, what do you do there?
Well, I come in here and try to figure out whether I should scratch my watch or wind my fanny. I don't... I just
Well,
try
don't throw away the directions, because you'll never tell one from the other anyway.
I just try to sit here and look important.
Yeah, like an executive.
Well, it ain't working.
No.
No, I don't look important.
You think that record's going to get on the market fast enough for Mother's Day?
Well, we are now, they're pressing about 130,000 a day.
Yeah.
And by tomorrow, all the pipelines should be full, and it should be in all the stores. And so far, the record has sold nearly 400,000.
You got to be kidding.
No, I'm telling you, I wouldn't lie to you.
Who bought 400,000 copies of that
My
record?
mother,
Your mother did.
You want to hear a funny story about that record? This is true, Jack.
Yeah.
I swear it to you.
Yeah.
I sent the first copy off the press to my mother.
Yeah.
And I thought that was nice because, after all, it was about her. And I sent her the first copy, and she called me. And she says, I got the record, but I forgot how to work the 45 RPM cycle on the phonograph.
Yeah.
And she had to call a repairman to come out and tell her how to operate it again. And then 2 days later, she called and said it really was nice. I thank you for saying all those nice things, but I'm in the floor. She said, I forgot how to... I went, special pains to see that she got the first copy, and then she forgot how to operate the 45 part of the record player. Bless her heart.
Yeah.
Boy,
That's
it's
really...
good to talk to you again, man.
Well,
I pick on you and holler at you, but I really like you.
you do?
I do.
Why?
I don't know. There's no accounting for taste.
That's right.
I'm
not sure about you yet.
Well, I don't really care.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
I
You
had
don't have to like me.
I had a terrific idea for you.
You do?
Everybody else
I can't wait to hear this.
presses their records on vinyl, right?
Yeah.
What if you pressed yours on pork sausage? When people got sick of playing it, they could fry it up and eat it.
You know what?
Don't say it.
Would you believe that I've got a very good answer for that?
I believe
But if
that.
I answered it, tomorrow KMOX would be a bowling alley. It would.
I believe that.
Because it would be very dirty.
Very dirty.
And very nasty and very snarky.
Snarky.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
so I won't say it.
No, don't say
Not
it.
out of respect for you, but
No.
for your listeners.
Well, I appreciate that. Because consideration has never been, to my way of thinking, one of your high points.
Yeah. Well, it really never has.
No.
No, I'm rotten. That's what it is.
Have you been invited, I find this hard to believe, but have you been invited to do IOU on any of the big network television things? I mean, are you going to perform the song anywhere?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
I don't know. Well, we've had
This is a star interview. You're the star. I'm the interviewer. You're supposed to know this junk.
Ho.
Well,
I got to get that straight.
Yeah.
You the interviewer.
I'm the interviewer.
And I'm the interviewee?
You are the interviewee.
Okay, now let's start on that premise again. Have I got any invitations? Yes, we've had a couple of invitations.
Yeah.
But right now I'm as busy as a one-legged man at a bottom kicking.
You're kidding.
No. And I don't know when I'm going to get to do it, but I will be doing so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think the bottom's going to fall out of it after Mother's Day, Jim? Really? I mean, is it?
I don't know. I really, the thing, as much as it is done now, is very, very successful.
Yeah.
And I am delighted about it because it has proven to me, beyond any shadow of a doubt, that the big moguls in the record business don't know it all, and there's still a lot of wonderful old corny people out there like me. And it tickles me to death.
Yeah.
Because there's a few people in the record business, I don't want to really stick my tongue out at anybody, but I just like to say, uh-huh.
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 Want to mention names?
No.
Let's nail them.
No.
Come on.
No. Well, Mitch was one,
But that was a long time ago.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. And I'm going to go to Columbia and RCA and thank them for dropping my contract.
You're mean and vicious and rotten.
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
No, I'm not. I have no hard feelings towards a soul on the face of this earth except you.
Yeah.
I don't like you. I've made up my mind you ain't the finest guy in the world.
I'm one of the nicest people in the Midwest.
Boy, I'm just tickled you're on radio. St. Louis is so lucky you're on radio.
They are?
If that head ever gets on TV, there goes a career down the drain. If they ever see you, man, I'm telling you,
Listen to this.
that head looks like he come out third in a hatchet fight.
I understand you won an Ernest Tubbs look-alike contest last week.
Yeah, well, that's because I'm getting old. I get on TV now and I'm so wrinkled it looks like 12 minutes of bad reception.
I didn't want to say anything.
I knew you wouldn't.
No, I wouldn't even have brought that up.
You're a very considerate fella.
Listen, not to change from the ridiculous to the obscene.
Well,
Absurd.
So far in this interview, there ain't nothing happened, so don't worry about it.
You're telling me. I'm glad we're taping this. If this was live, I'd be
You
out
ain't
of a
taping
job.
this.
No, this is live, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Well, while you're in New York, you want to call around and see if anybody's looking for an elderly disc jockey?
No. There is no way. You couldn't pull you out of St. Louis with a farm-all tractor, and you know it.
You could very well have scuttled my entire career after just
listen,
in the last few minutes.
Would I hurt you?
In a minute.
Yeah. That's right. Just if you give me an idea of what will ruin you completely, I'll say it in 3 seconds.
The thing that would ruin me completely is if I didn't have to work every day, if I had a whole bunch of money, if I had about $500,000.
Well, if I had your money, I'd throw mine in the creek. You sitting down there in St. Louis crying, poor mouth, lying like a rug.
I've got a quarter. If some big
I
mogul...
happen to know for a fact that last year you got your dog a boy for Christmas.
If I even had the windshield of my Cadillac ground to my prescription.
That's good.
If the Howard Hughes of the pork sausage business, you know, who is a little bit weird, would put me in his will, like that service station attendant out in Utah.
Are you ready for that? They say that old boy's had a breakdown.
That's what they say, completely disintegrated.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, you know, if somebody just laid $125 million on me, I might, by George, get a little nervous.
That'd double your personal fortune.
Double it?
Another $125 million would put you in better shape than you're in today, Porky.
Listen, if they find me in his will,
yeah,
I want you to know, being the kind of buddy you are, that you got half of whatever I get.
You got to be kidding.
No, it's cut and dried.
Listen, I got to tell you something, though, Jim. Being with CBS, I'm not allowed to accept money from recording stars because they feel that it might affect my influence in playing their record.
Well, listen, you didn't object to the $500 I sent you to play IOU.
I wrote that down as alimony.
Alimony?
Yeah.
Wait till IRS gets a hold of that. Let them figure out how you're collecting alimony from me.
But it's deductible.
That's good.
You can deduct it.
No, can't do it.
No. Well, listen, Slim, we're going to do IOU now, and I'm going to do the other one to a Sleeping Princess later today because we've had a lot of requests for it.
Well, you do it.
When are you going to come back through here?
I don't know. I may just come down there to aggravate you.
Well, why don't you?
I will.
Can't hurt my feelings.
No, but I can ruin your reputation.
It's too late.
Hey, are you going to cook if I come back down?
Sure I will.
Okay.
I'll do anything you want me to.
Huh?
I'll make some of that Rudy Brothers sausage that you love.
Listen, I'm telling you, if you keep talking dirty,
Yeah.
I'll pop you right in your snot locker next time I see you.
Oh,
I'll crawl up in your hair.
This can't be the same sweet young fella who talks about Mom on IOU.
Yes, it is.
I can't
The
believe
same sweet buckaroo. I love my mom. I just don't like you, Jack. How's Clarence?
Clarence is fine. He's in here right now trying to edit out the dirty parts of this tape.
I can't say hello to him, though, can I?
You can say hello to him, but he can only nod back to you.
All right, now I'm going to say, you tell me if you know. Hi, Clarence.
He nodded back.
He nodded back.
He gave you the Boy Scout salute, but it was kind of a strange one.
Yeah, I know. He lost a couple of fingers in the deal, right?
Oh, wait, he sent you a soul kiss.
Clarence is warmed up today, isn't he?
He certainly is.
Well, listen, both of you have a good day.
Hey, come to town, promise?
I will do it, and thank you for calling, Jack, and also thanks a whole lot for playing the record.
I hope it runs $2 million.
Well, it's sure scooting along, I'll tell you that.
Okay, well, we're going to play it in a minute. Jimmy, talk to you soon.
Be good, old stud.
Okay, kid.
Bye.
Bye-bye. That's Jimmy Dean from New York City, and we'll play that IOU in just a minute. It's a very kind of a corny thing, but I think you'll like it anyway.
He was sending up them signals, and they set off one of those atomic tests, you know, and that mushroom would boom. He said, God, I wish I'd have said that.
Yeah.
Did you hear that?
No. What kind of Indian was he?
I don't know.
Yeah.
He was, he was...
Guess you save your good stuff
he
for
was
the
half
Tonight
Italian
Show.
and half Navajo, and that made him a
Navatini.
Wapaho.
Oh, that's Marvy.
Isn't that terrible?
Don't start your own car while you're here in town. You better watch your step. Jimmy Dean is here. It's going to be one of those days.
Yes, it is. Listen, it is really terrible to see you again, Jack.
Yeah. I can't tell you how excited I was about your coming back.
I heard what you said about my sausage, and I didn't bring any.
Didn't you bring any
No,
samples?
I didn't bring any sausage nor nothing for you because you're tacky.
Yeah.
Your feet ain't mate, you don't love the Lord, and your heart pumps beet juice.
Yeah. And I got the sausage from your last trip yet.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did you freeze it?
It's still frozen.
Yeah, good. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, take it out of the refrigerator.
Don't
and
say
beat
any
your
more.
head in with it.
No, you bought a little time on the radio. I got to be nice to you. I can't just fool around with you anymore. Used to be, we weren't emotionally and financially entangled. Now I'm kind of at your service. I have to be, boss.
I certainly
Be
hope
nice
you'll
to
be
that big
decent.
hillbilly ninny.
Oh, boy, you know, when you get old, you're going to be ugly. God, you're going to be ugly. His head already looks like it wore out 7 bodies, and you add another 10 years to that, and he's going to look like he come in 4th in a hatchet fight.
Be nice to him, he said.
I
Be
don't
nice
like
to
you.
him. That's what the boss said. He bought some time. You got to be nice to him.
Is that what he said?
What?
then?
I'm just talking about.
Well, I
When
like
was
your
that?
boss. a
Sure
lot.
glad you're here, Jimmy, because
Hey,
you're a
it's-
barrel of laughs.
Sure good to be with you,
10
Jack.
pounds of it in
I
a
really do
5-pound
enjoy
bag.
this.
That's what you are. if
Hey,
you
what a
ask me.
beautiful day it is in St. Louis. You
It's
got a
lovely.
gorgeous view. Why don't you pull those drapes back, you ninny?
We could do that.
You
we
can
could
see
do
the
that.
flags fluttering in the
Were
breeze
you
on
at
the
all-
bridge. Huh?
Surprised or disappointed in the outcome of the World Series?
I won money.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the only thing that I would like to have seen, I would like to see Kansas City and Philadelphia play. I
Yeah,
really would.
I would too.
Yeah, that's the way I wanted to see it. But,
Yeah.
you know, opinions are like navels. Everybody's got one. So
Yeah.
that's the way I wanted it, but I didn't get it like that.
Right.
But I won money.
You did
I
win
didn't want the Dodgers to win.
You're
I
still
don't
going
like Los Angeles.
for the Dallas Cowboys,
Huh?
aren't you? You're still for the Dallas Cowboys.
They played St. Louis the other day, didn't
Oh,
they?
shut up. I didn't invite you in here, and I don't need this.
Oh, my.
We play again, you know.
Are you smoking or not smoking?
Not smoking.
Are you off of them?
Oh, my lungs. You
Why,
ought to
you
see my
little-
lungs.
You little
Take a
old
look
sweat
at it.
hurt. Yeah, they're very
Ah.
good. Very good, except that one that just fell out.
Did you want a cigarette?
No, I don't smoke. I quit.
Oh. When?
I've been off of them 3 months.
Really?
Yeah, I was off of them for over a year.
Yeah.
I got involved in that negotiation. Incidentally, now I am the sole owner of the Jimmy Dean Meat Company. I don't have any partners anymore.
Well, does that got something to do with smoking?
No, I just, that's why I started back. I got in negotiations on this meat company,
Yeah.
and I got uptight, nervous.
Yeah.
Hey, how much time I got?
Well, you got about 40 seconds.
I can't do it.
Well, you're not leaving.
I
You're
went into this negotiation, and I got to thinking about it the other day on a plane, and I wrote a poem pertaining to it, and
Yeah.
it's kind of funny. But if you only have 40 seconds, we can't do it in that length of time.
We got 20 seconds now. Can you save it for the next hour?
Oh,
'Cause
Lord, yes.
I've talked about weenies here.
Huh?
I have talked about weenies
Well,
here.
certainly, go right ahead. It's your show. You can talk about anything you want to.
Did you ever try a Conn's Jumbo Frank? I know the Jimmy Dean meat people don't make those big
We
jumbo.
don't make Franks. No, we
these
don't
are the
make
best
Franks.
Franks you've ever tasted.
I have heard about them, and I understand that they really are.
They're referred to as plumpier.
They have no taste, or they wouldn't be on this show, I'll tell you that.
They're the
right
most
now.
delicious. Pay no attention to him. He's badly educated and has. These are the most delicious Franks you've ever tasted, and they never use any kind of filler. No oatmeal in there, no sawdust,
That's
whatever it is.
good.
They pump into that Jimmy Deal stuff.
That's not so.
These have no non-meat binders. They are pure 100% protein goodness, and they're delicious.
As it should be.
That's right.
As it should be.
And quite right, too.
That's good.
Conn's Jumbo Meat Franks and Jumbo Beef Franks are available wherever good meat products are sold, and I hope you'll...
What is this lady in here doing? What
What?
is her function?
I beg your pardon?
what does she do? She's awfully pretty.
Yes, isn't she, though?
Yeah, but I miss Clarence.
Clarence is on vacation.
I heard that he was.
He had
and
something he wanted me to give you, though.
He did?
Can you read lips?
Yeah. Oh, really?
Want
Didn't
that
know
again?
Clarence was that kind of a fella.
We'll be back.
I
It's
thought
embarrassing.
the purse kind of gave him away a
We'll
little
be
from
back
time
in a
to
few
time.
minutes with
Clarence,
Jimmy
you big fake.
KMOX St. Louis. Larry.
Yeah, but I have decided that from this moment forward that
Yeah.
I'm going to be civil and nice.
Yeah.
Because the many times that I've been on the air with you, I
Yeah.
never have been, and I'm really going to straighten up my act.
Well, that's what I want to say. I know that beneath that flamboyant, humorous show business exterior, I know that deep inside there's a kind, sweet, wonderful, humble country boy. And I thought today we'd concentrate on going beneath the surface and finding some of the fine qualities that lurk beneath the surface in this young man
You
that we
know,
call
I am beneath
Jimmy
the surface, and there ain't nothing like that down there.
Nothing there at
no,
all. I
uh-uh.
thought inside there was a swell
No.
guy trying to get out.
Rotten to the core.
Right?
Oh, lousy.
Kind of bug-eyed, too.
Yeah,
I noticed
terrible,
that.
terrible.
What's that knob on your head?
That comes under the heading of my business, and were you not my friend, I wouldn't even have told you that.
You got a place over your left eye. Looks like somebody...
I was in a at a function last night in Washington, D.C.
They did that to your eye?
And my wife was there. No. My wife was there
Too old
with
for
me.
a zit. It's got to be some sort of a bruise.
It's terminal hickey.
Over your eye?
Yeah.
Who we out with? Will
No,
Chamberlain?
listen, a big mouth girl. I mean, when she puts on a hickey, it's your whole face, you know.
That explains a lot
I
of
mean,
things.
she can slap a lip lock on your whole head. It's just unreal. It warp your
Let's
skull.
get back to the sweet, wonderful
What?
Jimmy Dean
Yes.
that we've all...
No, I ran into the door last night is what it was.
Were you on your knees?
No. This, you know what? You just promote a dirty show when I'm here.
Never.
There has never been an ounce of filth ever entered my mind until I get
Till
on
you
this
got here.
show and I look at your dirty face and I just start thinking dirty thoughts.
Dirty.
I don't know.
How'd
Yeah.
you do that to your eye?
Huh?
Come on and tell us.
I
this
told
show's
you I
famous-
ran into the door.
Really?
Yeah, and I had my glasses on, and it they bounced up and hit into my head, and it bled, and it hurt a lot, and my wife laughed.
Yeah.
Which it was about as funny as a rubber crutch, and she thought it was funny. She's standing there daubing the blood off my head, giggling. I didn't think it was that damn funny.
What really
You find it
happened?
amusing too,
Yeah.
don't you? And my secretary's in hysterics, and I'm gonna kick the hell out of the whole bunch. I don't need this.
What really happened to your eye?
Now,
Come on, you didn't walk into a door. That's really old. What'd you do to your eye?
I did walk into a door.
You
Yes.
mean the edge of a door?
And it doesn't really matter to you,
No.
to me, that you believe it. I don't care, Jack.
Yeah.
Because you don't believe in anything.
No.
That's true.
Believe in mom and apple pie. What'd you do to your eye? That rhymes, doesn't it? You had an affair in Washington. Didn't you say
Several
that?
of
No. What did you just say
No, I
about
said I
Washington?
went to a function, and then I had an affair.
I see.
Yes.
What was that in Washington?
Huh?
More of that cheap sausage stuff.
I'm going to take my fist, and I'm going to... Hey, I got a poem I want to read.
Okay.
I wrote it.
Oh, yes.
I did. And it's good advice, because I learned this being in the sausage business, and now being the sole owner, and this poem explains it.
Okay, this has
And
to
I
do,
wrote it because I wanted to do it on this show.
This
Because
has to do with your buying out your partners
yes.
and being alone in the
Yes,
sausage
yes.
business.
It says
Wait,
never
are you
go...
going to read it now?
Yes.
Okay.
Never go...
You don't want the orchestra or anything. You're just going to do it a cappella.
I don't got a feeling I'm not going to get to read it, and it is rather humorous.
Yeah, I'm hanging here
You're
with
not going to
bated
let me
breath.
read it, are you?
Oh, no, I want you to.
Yeah?
This is a poem about being on your own in the
Never
sausage.
mind what it's about. If you'll just sit there and keep a civil tongue in my ear.
Okay, go ahead.
Ready?
Yeah. You wrote this.
Forget it. I ain't going to do it now. I wouldn't do it if it hair lip St. Louis. I would not do it.
Okay.
Okay.
I'd do it, but I can't read
No,
your handwriting. You
you
ever work in a drugstore?
Huh?
Go ahead and read the damn poem. We
All
haven't
right,
got all
all
day.
right. Now, this is funny if you'll shut up.
You wrote this.
Yeah. Never go into business with kinfolks. An old saying you will find to be true. Because if you go into business with kinfolks, they'll soon give the business to you. Kinfolks just don't make good partners. With their booze, fine cars, and dames, they'll go through your money like water, and behind your back they'll be calling you names. Credit cards usually start the erosion. They create one hell of a mess. My ex-partner now owns half of Dallas, all charged to American Express. To go into business with kinfolks, you gotta be some kind of nut. They'll accept your love and your money, while all the while they're hating your guts. When you make your brother a partner, you start ills for which there are no cures. You'll find he'll develop eye trouble, and he can't tell his money from yours. So just send your relatives money. This may sound like I'm out of my mind, though it's a pain in the neck. Just send them a check. At least this way they can't steal you blind.
You ought to put that to music. That'd make a great song.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and get arrested.
You're not going to read that around Dallas, I take it.
I will if I want to.
Yeah. And now you're all
I
alone.
got more guts than a blind lion tamer. Yeah?
You're now in business all by yourself.
All by myself, and it's beautiful.
Is it really?
It really is.
Yeah.
It's a dang nice thing.
Yeah. How's the sausage business going? I
Yes.
don't mean to talk shop, but I assume.
It is doing beautifully. Thank you.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Got
We
a
just
new
came back
product I tried called your smoked sausage.
Yeah.
That's very good.
Isn't that good stuff?
Yeah, and I didn't even get a free. I paid retail for that.
I heard you. Well, it's about time you bought something.
Yeah.
You cheap.
I had to buy a whole pound, though. I asked him
Boy,
if I could buy
you're
half.
so tight you couldn't drive a knitting needle in your fanny with a sledgehammer, you know.
It's been tried by better men than you, I'll tell you that.
Oh, he squeaks when he walks,
Oh.
folks.
I want to tell you about Davy Crockett, who's in town.
Is Davy Crockett?
Well, actually, that's the name of the play they're doing down on the Goldenrod Show.
Oh, I'll bet that's fun.
While you're in town, I thought I was going to show you some of the high points, and I know a 46-year-old widow lady who's excited about meeting you.
Yeah?
And I thought I'd take you down on the Goldenrod Showboat to have dinner at the buffet, and then go down and hear a little old-time piano music, some silent movies, then the production of Davy Crockett, and finally, the vaudeville oleo.
Oh, my heavens.
Can a fellow your age handle an evening
oh,
like
listen,
that?
you're my squirrel if you never crack another nut.
You're going to love the Goldenrod.
I'm quite sure that I will.
It's a fun-filled evening.
Blah!
You're going to love every minute on
I
board.
doubt mightily if I will.
We'll probably be
Are
there
you
every
going?
night. Well, sure, I'm taking you.
I'm not going with you.
We don't have to sit at the
No,
same table.
That's good, because you keep kissing, and I just hate it because you're wet mouth is what you are, Jack. Slobber type.
For reservations on the, pay no attention to him, on
Are
the
you straight?
Goldenrod Showboat 6, kinky, 621-3311. 621, then put that knitting needle down. 621-3311. Coffee. Listen, here's Jimmy Dean now to tell you 22 things you can do with your Windex.
Yes, I certainly would like to tell you 22 things you can do with your Windex.
Yeah,
the
that's
only
one.
thing I will tell you this,
Yeah.
that if you own a boat, you should definitely have it, because I can find more things to do with Windex on the boat than I ever could in the house.
You're
really.
kidding me.
No.
What do you do
golly.
on your boat with Windex?
Chrome, enamel, glass, the curtains on the back. It's useful all over. It really
Yeah,
is.
yeah.
And then I use it for a nose spray
Do you?
under my arms. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's very good there.
Well, looking at that
Take the hair
honker
off
of yours,
my legs
that
once
takes
in a while.
half a bottle
Yes.
right
Mhm,
there.
It does that for a fact. But it's really very good. And eye drops.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd love it.
Yeah.
I grease the props and all that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Use
Last
it for
time,
fish bait.
that's.
Mhm.
I think we've lost our train of thought here. Windex is very
We didn't
good
have a train of thought.
cleaning stuff like it does glasses and windows. We know that. But as
Beautifully.
Jimmy just said chrome, enamel, tile, glass. There's just something about Windex. You
It
remember
certainly is, and I just think it's a marvelous product, and why they're on this show, I don't know.
that? Well, I don't know either. I got to be honest with you. Last time Dean was here in
$200
town,
a minute they get for this
he had a
garbage?
prize bull down in Texas that had refused to breed. If you remember, you were here to see
Yes,
the
I
vet, and he
remember
gave
that.
you that medicine for the bull. Remember?
Yes,
it
I
tasted
remember
like
that.
licorice, didn't
Yes,
it?
it did, for a fact. But I come by that naturally. My daddy was probably, he sold bulls all over the world, known as one of the biggest bull shippers in the state of Texas.
Your dad
Yes,
did that.
yes, he
That's
was.
very
Mhm.
interesting. Is he's not doing that anymore?
No, he's dead.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
took over for him, didn't you?
Why don't you run out and play in the track?
We got business to take care of now.
Well,
You're
I
going to
wish
be
you.
nice
I'm going to
today.
sit here. I am. I'm straightening up right now.
I wish you would.
I think I'm
I
straightening
want to
up.
find. I want to
Yes,
get
I
beneath
am
the
straightening
surface.
up,
You're
as a matter
not.
of
You're
fact.
not this
I
frivolity.
don't know what's
This
causing that, huh?
flippancy. You're what?
Hmm?
Wish we had a shower here.
Yeah, it would be nice, wouldn't it? You got a commercial or something?
No, I'm talking to you. I want to get beneath the surface. I want to hear about this wonderful. You know what I'm talking about.
No, I don't.
Well, beneath the surface.
And
I
neither
think,
does St. Louis know what
I think
you're
there's a
talking about.
fine guy in there that's never been exposed.
Oh, I've been
I think
exposed,
I said that the wrong way.
but I was arrested right
no,
after
I don't
that.
mean that.
Huh?
I mean, you always give the appearance of being flip and showbiz. You know what I mean? Kind of like Sammy Davis Jr. and a mixture of Godfrey Cambridge and
Yeah.
Sammy Davis
Mhm.
Jr. But I think inside there's a humble, fine person, and today I want to look for him.
Do you know that Godfrey
like
Cambridge?
flowers.
You know what Godfrey Cambridge told me one time?
No.
He told me where Worcestershire sauce got its name.
You're kidding.
Really?
Yeah.
And you probably don't know either.
Where Worcestershire sauce
Yeah.
got his name?
That
No.
used to be just called plain black sauce. Did
Yeah.
you know that?
No, I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
Godfrey Cambridge told me. And it used to be served down in Louisiana and around in that area. And they just served it in a plain bottle and they just called it black sauce. And this black guy went into the restaurant.
Yeah.
And he picked up the bottle and looked at it and said, "What's this here sauce?" And that's how it got its name. Did you know that?
What happened to your eye? Anybody?
Godfrey Cambridge did tell me that.
Yeah,
Didn't
he was
sweet
a
guy?
nice. He passed away.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah.
What else did you want? Oh, underneath the surface.
I want to get down to the fine
There's a pair
person
of dirty shorts.
that's lurking in there. That
Huh?
wonderful sense. Do you like flowers and poetry and things like that?
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah.
What kind of flowers?
Uh, The chrysanthemum, you know the kind.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
your favorite.
Yeah.
And poetry and things
Yeah, I
like
like
that.
poetry.
And spring days, that's you. You're
Yeah.
a sensitive person.
I really am, and I'm surprised that you detected that.
Yeah, I saw right through this
Yeah,
sham,
well,
this
the
foolishness.
reason why I'm surprised you detected
Yeah.
it is I realize your mental capacity, and you don't detect a hell of a lot. I can tell
Well,
that.
I saw that book of poetry in your purse, and I figured you were a
Yeah,
sensitive
I
person.
really do. Do you like the purse with the pearls?
It's not bad.
Thank you so much.
And he's got on black patent leather cowboy boots.
That is not
with
true. They are
pointed
not
toes.
black.
What are
They are not black,
Are they
which goes to
navy?
prove how now.
He's got
now
on
look at those. Do
Worcestershire.
those look
Oh,
black?
they're
to you?
maroon.
That's right.
Maroon patent leather boots.
Precious. Kinky.
Some guys do it, and you know they're kidding. Let me tell you. Some guys do it, and you know they're kidding. Let me tell you about tasty bread.
Listen, I'm acting.
Do you
I'm
know,
afraid of you, but I'm not mad at you.
Did
huh?
you ever? It doesn't make you a bad person. Have you ever heard of tasty bread?
Oh, listen.
Tasty old-fashioned white bread has that added touch of quality.
Isn't it
Don't
true?
touch me. The tasty bakers use more keep away from me, more costly ingredients and a richer formula.
Oh.
And it's hand-twisted.
It's, oh, God. I can't stand it.
And it's made with finer ingredients.
I certainly hope so.
The tasty bakers say the tasty old-fashioned white bread gives you the taste of a
Do
simpler
elves
day.
do that?
Look what?
Do elves do that?
If they can reach.
Fairies do that. No, elves make the cookies. I forgot. It's our truth that makes the bread. Isn't it precious?
T-A-Y-S-T-E.
Good.
Tasty on the label is quality on the table. You heard about Anita Bryant's youngster.
Huh?
You heard about Anita Bryant's youngster.
No.
Put a tooth under a pillow, nothing happened.
I love it.
Well, don't touch your radio. It's not your radio. Jimmy Dean is here. Do not
Now,
readjust
I'm going
your
to
radio.
simmer down. Now look at the boss is coming in here, and he's got
Yeah.
the cuffs and the
Yeah.
jackets, and they're going to take us out of here.
You
At least me.
You got to straighten up. I tried to bring out the best in you. It obviously just is not that easy, but I'm not giving up.
Well, hang in there.
I think you got
'Cause I believe
Is that a sports capsule? Did he bring that in here? Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
That's the sports caps. We have to do that. Do you want to do that? Now that's something you can do straight, not fool around. You follow sports.
I can't read. I really don't read very well. Let me see it.
Well, I don't want to humiliate you. If there's any big words in here, let's see.
Okay.
Wait, device. You know that
I
word?
got that.
Jamaica.
Huh? Occasionally.
Shutout. And now it's time for
Did you
the
get that?
dirty mouth. Yeah, I got it. I let it go by. I got it. Hey. My profit sharing doesn't
well,
kick in
listen,
until 79.
New
Are
York-
you ready?
New York.
Not yet.
Hmm?
If you're going to be in broadcasting, you're going to have to learn to take a cue. When I cue you, then you start. Don't move until you're cued. I think you're kind of cute myself. And now here's Jimmy Dean with the sports capsule.
I'm scared.
Go ahead.
I don't know. No, it's scared.
Go ahead, you can do it.
I ain't going to do it now.
Go ahead.
You know, the Yankees won the World Series.
Don't
big
do it
deal.
in that casual offhand hillbilly.
The World Series champion New York Yankees
That's
will
it.
get a victory parade in Manhattan today. The Yanks wrapped things up with an 8-4 win over the Dodgers last night in Game 6.
That's good. I think his jeans are too tight. Go ahead. Go ahead. Next story.
The MVP. The MVP of the series, Reggie Jackson, says he'll donate the car he won to his sister. He gave his
read
other
it.
sister a bicycle. Now she pedals it all over town.
Just read
I'll
the
tell-
stories.
I don't think that's not in the cast. I just threw that in there.
Throw it out.
That's out. That's the lie.
Yeah.
He also is cutting in New York City. What?
Who's cutting in New York?
He also is cutting in New York City, Oakland, and the state of Arizona on his series. Oh, cutting in. I give up. It's not that
I
important.
wanted the kids listening to know that a guy can become rich and famous with no education at all, and we've just proved that to you. Where did he leave off here? Where's that bicycle
Oh,
story?
you want to read?
More than 200 Dodger fans were at the Los Angeles airport to greet their heroes this morning. They
And
sang.
they pelted them with rocks.
No, they sang the Yankee Doodle Dodgers. Do you know
Is
that
that
song?
right? No, I don't know that.
I was going to ask you.
I'm
the
a
same.
Yankee Doodle Dodger.
That must be it. The Indiana Pacers will keep a wary eye on Kareem Abdul-Jabbar of Los Angeles. That's tonight when the two clubs meet. The National Hockey League season is only 8 days old, and already the goalie from Los Angeles is looking for his third shutout. Tonight they play the Cleveland Barons. That's our sports capsule, and here's a word from Friendly Bob.
A new